Alright, so what we're going to be doing today, guys, is we're going to be making these little teeny weeny woggles that are going to be used for you guys to mark which patrol you win. We've done big woggles before, and potentially we'll do them again as we've got a whole lot of newbies coming up. And at the moment we're going to concentrate on these little ones. Now, I've got a whole heap of different colours for our 3 patrols. Black for our cockatoos, our yellow for our ducks, and our reds for our rosellas, which is what you guys will be using. But for my demo, I'm going to be using the blue one. You can see at the moment, I've tied this as a demonstration. You can see it's still got its little tail on it. Obviously when we finish that, it won't be. And like this one, which is quite hard, once we've tied them and sorted it all out, we can then put a bit of PVC and whatnot on it and make it hard so that it won't unravel. Alright, so to start with, you need a bit of paracord, obviously in the same colour as your patrol, and you need it to be about 80 centimetres long. Now, we'll be getting rid of some of that, but obviously we need that length to tie it, and then when we make it that little bit smaller, we can do that. Now, floating around the hall, there should be some of these that we can use to, as well as the videos. And you can see he talks about wrapping it around your hands, but what we're going to do is we're going to do something slightly smaller, is only use a couple of fingers. So we're going to hold it there to start with. We're going to come around, I'll do 3, and we may need to shorten a bit later on. I'm going to come around and over, okay. I'm going to come around again. Now I'm going to go over this first one and under the second one. Okay, so I'm going to crisscross like that. Then my next thing is I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to take the one that's closest to my fingertips, and I'm actually going to tuck it under the other one. All right, so it's a bit of a funny loop like that. Now this end, which is coming up, I'm going to take it behind that and then up through the middle. Alright, so you can see it comes over this one, underneath this one, and up through the middle like that. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want it to come over this one and then under this one here. So like that. So you can see it's come under, so over this end, gone under and up through the middle here. It's gone over, and then it will go under that one there. Now when I turn it back over here, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over this one and I'm going to bring it up through the middle here next to where we started. Okay, and that's actually the basics of our woggle. Now I use 3 fingers to do it, so obviously that's massively too big. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Just going to pull it through, make it much smaller. Alright, and you can see there, that's the basics of our woggle already. And if we get the other one from Amy's scarf, this is the full size woggle we made. You can see that interweaving pattern. That's what we've got going here, but we've only got a single strand. Now what we do need to do now is with our end, is we're just going to keep following it. So we've kind of joined up with it here. We're going to keep following it around. So it went under here, so we're going to go under here as well. You want to make sure you don't get those twists and everything in it, like I've just done. Alright, so we're going to keep following it around. It goes under this one here, comes up here, keep following it around. It goes under this one here, still following it around, and through. Keep bringing it around. Again, goes under and up. Oh, I've got another twist in it. Now you can see why I said to make it a little bit smaller after you start and tighten it up a little bit, because we're only just going to make it. Keep following it around. Still following the original one. And we're back to the start here. So really what I want to do is just poke that down through the middle and then come up here. And what we'll do once we've tightened it all up is we'll tuck this one under here. So we've got two running all the way around. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to tighten it up a bit. That's probably just a little bit big. Okay, we have a look at our scarf here. No, it's not too bad. I'd like it a little bit tighter. All right, just to tidy it all up. So I'm going to just slowly pull on it as I go around, making sure that it lies flat, taking out any twists as I go, making it all look very beautiful. Oops, pulled the wrong one. So you can see this is where we come back. So we start going the second one. So you can see I haven't taken a lot of slack out of it, but just enough. See there's a bit of a, I want to come back and tighten that one up a little bit as we go through. And again, you can see there's a little bit loose there. Alright. So now I'm just going to go through and find those loose ones. There it is there. I just want to pull that a bit tighter, so I'm going to have to go through and follow that all the way around. Making sure it's all lining up. And I'm pretty happy with the way it's sitting at the moment. Now once we are happy, we need to do a couple of things. Obviously we need to trim off this one. We don't want that sitting there. And we want to tuck our start one in as well. So what I need to do obviously now is find my knife, or my scissors, and I cut that off there, burn it so it's got a nice end, and then I need to tuck that end in and that end, and just with a dab of super glue we'll put it in. Now notice with this one it's got a rather large opening and a rather short opening there, so I'm going to stick my finger in it, give it a bit of a swirl so it looks the same at either end. Okay, so once we've cut that off and we've super glued it inside, we also will have a container full of PVA glue, and we're going to dip that in and then we'll leave it to dry. Sometimes it's easier to leave that on and dip it in a couple of times and hang it up by that with a peg, and then we'll cut that off afterwards, and then that's actually probably what we'll end up doing, just to make life a little bit easier. But we'll hang those up and let them dry. Like I said, you can see this is quite soft. This one that's been dipped in PVA is nice and hard, so we can do that. And once they've dried, then they will become our patrol insignia, and we can put them on the scarf. Okay, and then we can put our Woggle on as well. Okay, and that's what we'll do.